What's up, everybody? Derek here with the Bass Factory, and today I'm going to be doing another little experiment with some of this WD40 to see if it breaks down fishing line. This time in this test, I'm going to be trying out some 30-pound spider wire that I had laying around. This is some braid, so I've got some 30-pound weights that I'm going to be using for this test, and we're going to be filling this bowl up with some WD40, putting some line from this spool in there, and we're going to do two little sections, so it'll be two tests, and we're going to take some with the WD-40 soaked in it for 24 hours and then just some straight off this spool, and we're going to basically take a broomstick, hold it up, tie on that 30-pound two 30-pound weights to the bottom of this fishing line and see which one will break. And we've got two tests to see which one will break. So let's see if we can put this in this little bowl filled up with WD-40 and let it set for 24 hours. Come back and try out this little test. So first, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to spray this WD-40 down in this bowl. That way, whenever I lay this fishing line in here, it's going to adhere to it and stick. That way it won't be popping up. And let's get the end of this line. And all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be standing holding that broomstick. So I'm going to run this to the ground and give it about 2 foot. And I'm going to do that 2 times. Alright, stick it down in there. And then take this one and do the same. Just roll it up. Okay, now that I got it in here, it's all soaked. We're going to let this soak for 24 hours, but I'm going to give it another little spray here just to kind of fill that up a little bit. And then if there's weak sections in this line, we will definitely find it when we attach that weight and start bouncing it up and down and doing all kinds to try to break this with 30 pounds. So the testing limit, 30 pound. The weight, 30 pound, should be a good test. Well, it's been a little bit over 24 hours, and I'm back with some of this braid that I've got soaked in WD-40. And basically what I'm going to do, I've got 2 sections in here. I'm going to put one section on this side and one section on this side. And this side will be the one that's soaked in the WD-40, and this side will be the one straight off the spool. So I've got my little 30-pound weight set up back here. And I'm basically going to tie it on right here and then just raise it up to see if the tensile strength or if it will even meet the 30 pounds that it is advertised as on the actual spool. So we will find out if that 30 pounds is true or if one actually breaks, if this breaks, the WD-40 breaks before the other that's not soaked in it does. So let's give this a try. Alright, I've got these tied off to this broomstick. This is the WD-40 line and this is the regular off the spool. So let's at least see if this is going to lift these 30-pound weights off of the ground. Nope. Why are these not as advertised? I don't understand what's happening. Alright, I doubled this line up right here and I'm going to see if it'll at least pick this weight up. This is driving me nuts. I mean, look at that. And it's not breaking at the knot. I mean, that's it right there. It just broke right there. And that was doubled up on a 30-pound weight, and this is a 30-pound test. I'm not liking my results that I'm getting. I'm not liking the results that I got. I went inside and I grabbed my 8-pound weights, and I brought it back out with this 30-pound braid. Now, if it breaks with this 8-pound weight on 30-pound braid, this is not going to be good for braid. But we're going to see here if it is going to actually pick it up. And it picks it up, no problem. Let me adjust this side. It's a little long. This is still the WD-40 side. One more loop. Alright, let's see what happens. This is not good. And it is not breaking at the knot. Alright, we're going to do this again. I am not liking the results that I'm getting at all. This makes me nervous for my fishing, because this is what I like to use a lot of the time is 30-pound braid, but I may have to venture out and start testing more lines. This is kind of ridiculous. I hope the fishing line companies are seeing this. And this is not degraded line that's been sitting out in the sun. It's been sitting inside this concealed garage out of the sun. So there's no excuse for it. And it's not breaking at the knot. And I can tell this braid that I'm tying on right here, it's been soaking in the WD-40, looks a lot more frayed. It looks fuzzy. And this other one looks clean and smooth straight off the spool. So I think the WD-40 did affect this braid somewhat because of the way that it looks. But then again, we'll find out. Alright, 8-pound weight, 30-pound braid, regular off the spool, WD-40. Let's see what happens. I'm going to bounce these up and down, see what... That is a lot better right there. There's the WD-40. That was a lot better of a test. So, on the stretch, this one that wasn't soaked in the WD-40 definitely broke right there with an 8-pound weight, which is less than 8 pounds compared to 30. I mean, that's not a good ratio. So if you don't have your drag set and you hook into one, there's a good chance that a big bass could really mess you up. Especially if you got a little fray in there, you're done. But this other one that was soaked in the WD-40, it broke very easily. So I don't know if this is a good test. I did my best to try to have two different cases here to where it kind of shows the degradation or the breakdown of the line. After doing this test, I definitely will not be spraying WD-40 on my fishing line. I've done the other test with 8-pound fluorocarbon, and that one didn't work out at all. I mean, that was with these weights. 8-pound test, 8-pound weight, and it wouldn't even pick it up off the ground. At least this 30-pound picks these 8-pounders up off the ground, but when it stretches, which braid doesn't want to stretch, that's when it popped. But this WD-40 really popped when it was put to the test on that stretch. But the one straight off the spool lasted a little bit longer. But if you catch one, you catch a bigger fish and it's got you got a little fray or anything in that line, it's really going to pop very easily. So I'm not liking the results of this 30-pound braid. So I don't know if I'm going to switch and try maybe another company. This was spider wire. Yeah, spider wire. 30-pound glow braid is what this was, and you can get that at pretty much any Walmart. So I don't know if I'm going to be buying that anymore, especially if I want to catch a big bass. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, if this was a good test, if it was an apples to apples kind of a test or what. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.